everybody. How's everybody doing? Can you hear me, guys? Let me know if you can hear me. Welcome to the new channel. Hopefully, everybody can hear me and everything's working well. Hey, let's see. Hey, hello, Leanne. How are you? Hopefully, you're getting some rest there, dear. Hello, Miss Janice. How are you doing? And Miss Betty. Hello, welcome, welcome. Hey, Sage. Alexis, welcome in. Okay, just to let everybody know, I am streaming on both channels because now that this is something new, um, I can't receive any gifts or donations or any kind of support through this channel yet because I have not become monetized on this channel yet. I have to work myself back up to 1,000 on this channel. So if you do want to send anything or whatever, you know how it works. You have to do it on the Raw side channel. And so I'll be streaming on both until this one gets up to snuff. The gang is all here. Fantastic. So yeah, so if you guys want to do that or whatever, you have to do it on the Raw side channel page instead of this one until we get the numbers up. So the journey begins again. I know that I had already started a miniature build. It was going to be a rebuild the last time that I was on, but because of illness and stuff, I haven't been on in a while. And seeing it's the new channel, I wanted to start it with a new project. So here we've got Jenny's greenhouse, and we are going to start like this is all brand new to us, and I'll go over everything with everybody and then enjoy the chat as well. So hopefully everybody's doing good. You guys get your coffee? I got mine. Yes. Gotta have that coffee. It keeps us sane. That's how we have to look at it. I'm just adjusting the mic a little bit here, so hopefully I don't lose anybody or you don't lose me. But this is what we're going to be working on tonight is Jenny's greenhouse. Isn't that cute? Oh my God. And like I said, I'm going to do this. Like this is the first time that you guys have seen this. Just came back from the pub. Those were good beers and chicken. Oh, nice, nice. Well, my son came over for a visit with his girl, and I guess we ended up grilling outside. So that pretty much did me in. And I says, I got to get upstairs. I got to get the cameras and everything set and ready for this. So before we dive into the box, I'm going to just recommend everybody to does any kind of model work, any kind of art and craft work. And that's what this channel is going to be, mostly miniatures, arts and crafts. I'm not going to just stick to one thing. It'll be whatever we're in the mood for that day. And of course, we're going to, complete each project as we begin. And then when we finish with this one, then I will kick back and dive back into that remodel that we started on the other channel. Recommendations when you guys are doing any kind of modeling work, even if it's kits, self-build, any kind of arts, craft things, always make sure you have the tools that you need. I always recommend really good lighting, magnifying lamp if you've got one. Get one, they come in handy. Also headgear, if you can get a headlamp gear there, which is wonderful. And they come with multiple magnifications. This comes in very handy with very small detailed stuff, and it has light on it so you can light up your way so you're not in the dark, which is awesome sauce. So very good recommendation on these. This is a case that comes with all of the extra magnifications that you might need, because a lot of this stuff is very small, very detailed. Mrs. Jovac, is that correct? Welcome in. I hope I didn't butcher the name too bad. I'm sorry. So yes, always good to have magnification on hand. You're gonna need it because even if you've got perfect vision, the stuff is small, and you need that extra detail. And I always tell everybody, I recommend that even if you're doing a kit, always make it your own. So you're going to add certain things or, paint certain things or just, because sometimes, you just want to make it your own. I just really think that's important. And any kind of artistic work, always make everything um, your own. Yes, those are lovely glasses. And those were a gift from Miss Leanne. Miss Leanne sent me these. She's an angel. So, also, tools of the trade. Always have a good craft knife. Some people call it craft knife. I call them X-Acto knife. That's what I grew up with. Well, multiple blades and stuff for cutting, trimming, stuff like that. Multiple styles of tweezers. I have all different kinds: metal, plastic, thin, curved, because you never know when you're going to need them and what you, especially the curved ones. If you got to get into that small space, it is a must. Also, reach outside the box. Don't just use craft stuff. Hey, Bill, how's it going? Just don't use crafting tools that, oh, you have to have these. Use tools that you have at home. I used to do acrylic nails. I have tools to do acrylic nails. For painting nails, perfect for painting and creating in the miniature world. So if you've got tools like this, use them. Paintbrushes of any kind, many kinds. Um, Scissors, pliers. I sand the parts. So they usually give you these little tiny little sand pieces. They're okay, not bad. I use old fingernail files. You get a better grip, and then you've got two sides, fine and rough, and it really works really well to blend those little knobbies because you got to take those off. Rulers, very important. Multiple rulers, scissors, um, and also because I do a lot of painting, a container with either brush cleaning fluid or water. I use an old medicine bottle because I knock stuff over. So it's locked down, it's tight. If you knock it over, nothing gets soaking wet. So that's definitely a must. And as we go on and do these kits and stuff like that, you guys are gonna know. I always talk about what glue you use. I use a crafting glue, or this is a great glue. It's that B7000. This takes a little longer to set up than the white crafting glue, but it does a really good job, especially if you're working on anything that is with gemstones or acrylic type pieces. Um, Same thing with the miniature figurines, if you got to glue stuff on those. So that's pretty much the gist. Also, if you want to go to the full extent, like with the other set that I started, airbrush. Airbrushing gives you that uniform uh, paint coverage, especially if you have to prime. Beautiful for that. So if you can get one of those, it took me forever to get one because I was stubborn, and I'm glad I have them now, and it's great. So how is everybody doing? I have a ton of them. Well, it's perfect because because my hands are always moving around, and I always nail the container with the water. So I figured this is the best way to go. If it falls over, nothing gets soaking wet. So when I clean my brush, I clean it, set the brush down, put the cap on, wipe the brush off, and nobody gets wet. And it's usually me. Hello, Susan. Hello, darling. How are you? So that's how we're going to run this as just brand new, shiny, spanky new. If anybody's interested in seeing any of the what that's new in here, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you'll stick around and you will return and subscribe. That would be great because the sooner I get to that 1,000 point, then we could do so much more when I get to it. But we're starting all over again. Um, Now I just lost my train of thought. So I did start, like I said, I was talking about the videos. If you haven't seen any of the older stuff that I've done, because if you haven't been on the Raw Side channel, go to Raw Side Paranormal, check out all of the older videos, and you can see the things that we've created and put together, and hopefully continue. I've got a bunch of things that I've got coming in there. We got all different types of crafts and stuff that we can work on, and eventually, well, maybe when we get to that 1,000 point, one of these will end up a surprise gift for some lucky winner of a contest that we will put on. So that is what we got to look forward to. So I gotta wait till I get to that 1,000, guys. So we're gonna open up the box. I need Bill. He's the sound effects guy. So inside the box is everything you're gonna need to complete this project. I've never dealt with this company before. This is a new company for me, so we're gonna see it. I always grade the quality, the instructions, what comes in the kit, so that you guys get a general reference of, gee, should I buy something from this company, or maybe I shouldn't, you know? So it comes with all of the little tchotchkes here, and everything is, the packets are numbered, and this has wiring and stuff. So this one does light up, and it gives you all the little things that you're going to need to make this just the cutest little greenhouse. Also, you don't have to just stick with the stuff that they give you in the packages. If you've got extra, there you go. Thanks, Bill. If you had extra stuff at home, like I've got boxes of moss and flowers and my own kind of beads and stuff, because I used to do beaded jewelry. You would incorporate that in your project, like I said, to make it your own. Artificial birds and feathers, and whatever tickles your fancy. This kit comes with. You're going to end up with a ton of these. If you do as many of these as I do, you're going to have a ton of rulers and a ton of tweezers. And then you're going to have just your basic boards, which are right here. Everything is all packaged up nice. Everything is numbered. And then here we go. This is our plexiglass for the greenhouse. And then, of course, you have the instructions and the paper unit pieces that you're going to need, like that for your wallpaper, flooring, other pieces that are like that. And sometimes some kits will give you their stickers. Some are where you have to cut them out. This is one that we have to cut out. So each thing we're going to have to cut out by hand and then adhere them to the specific board that it tells you to. Normally, the instructions are pretty easy. Sometimes you get a kit where you're a little confused. Don't freak out, because you can always just go by the photograph. And then you judge what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. It's pretty self-explanatory the majority of the time. And this kit is rated for age 14 and up. So if they can do it, we can do it too. Let's see who's joining. Hello, Miss Pinky. Hello. I probably should associate knife. I have more than one. And then also, I ordered an ultrasonic knife. I didn't think I would need it, but when you're doing miniature figurines and metal craft work, it's a must. So I bit the bullet, and I used some of my YouTube money, which that's what it's for, to support the channel, and I ordered one. So that'll be here soon. So we'll get to test that out next time to see how great it is. If it's no good, it's going back. But everybody raves about them, says it makes things easier than, the old-fashioned style. So we'll see. We'll see. Coffee time. I got mine. You're late, Bill. I've already taken 2 sips. That makes 3. Okay, let's see who I missed. Let me check the chat before we dive into the directions. And Alex says, what are we building now? So this is what we're building. It's called Terry's Greenhouse. And seeing it's the first video on the new channel, I wanted to start off with a new piece. I did not forget about redoing that little dollhouse. We are going to continue with that. That will actually be, we will continue with that one, so don't worry. I didn't leave that one in the lurch. I just didn't want to start with that on the new channel here as the first video, because everybody would have been lost. Like, all right, well, hello. She's like already started it, and I don't have no idea what's going on. So yeah, didn't want to be doing that to all of you guys. So let me get caught up on what everybody's saying. Hello, Cheza. Welcome, sweetie. And she's been a member for 11 months on the Raw side, and we've got to give her a thank you. Let's get that thank you out there. Where the heck is he? Oh, there he is. Yeah! Thank you, Chizzy, so much. I appreciate you, doll. I hope everything's going well. When we getting together, let me know. I'm waiting on you, girl. So yes, if it's too late for coffee, have a juice, have a beer, whatever is your beverage of preference. You just go to town, go to town. So here we go. We are doing Jenny's greenhouse. Look how cute that is. Let's see if we can keep the swearing down to a minimum, right? All of my regulars know that sometimes there is a little bit of that swearing, but it's behind the scenes, guys. But what they do is they pretty much all your instructions come with the basic material list. It tells you and shows you what each piece looks like. So if you can't find it on the board, or if there's because sometimes there might be a flaw, the board might not be have a certain number. You can always tell by looking at the photograph. That's the saving grace, because sometimes that does happen. Sometimes boards will be flawed in general as far as the board itself. You might have breakage, and if that does happen with this, I'll show you how to repair it. It's really very easy, and then camouflage so nobody even knows that it was even damaged. But there is all of your product list, everything that you're going to need to create this cute little, look at this stuff. And they also show you how to make these little flowers and little plants. Boy, we're going to be busy, aren't we? Holy crap, man. Look at that. So much fun. It really is fun. So this is how it starts. It shows you everything you need to do to get started and what we need to do to get it completed. Hey, Keg, how's it going? Welcome in. So now that we've been through the parts list, and they always start off with all of the detailed pieces first. So right here, what we're going to be building is this little planter. There's a close-up if you can get see if I can get better lighting on that one, guys. Oop, wrong way. Wrong way, Laura, wrong way. But there's that little planter. We're going to be putting this together, and this is the stuff that we're going to need. And that's you're going to find all in the bags. So let's take our little wood pile, put that back in the box, because we don't want to be jumping ahead of the game here. And let's see where it is. Okay, we're going to need B04, which is the orange paper, B20, which are the flower centers, B02, which is the greenery, and then it begins to tell you how to fold and create the flower. Hey, Purple, how's it going? Hi, girly, welcome in. Sudley Ann said you had a knife. Oh, don't swear too much. I'm going to do my best. Actually, I need to clean the glasses because I'm not seeing this too well. I can't see what you guys are saying. Leanne will keep us safe. Don't worry about it. So sleep well. We're doing a good, Cake. How are you? Actually, I missed the other night when you guys put out what you did the other day. I missed out on a lot of stuff the other day. I don't know what the heck happened. My time was all messed up. So much going on. And by the time I got to everybody's stuff, it was already over. What's the old saying? A day late and a dollar short or something like that? That was me the other day. It was horrible. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. Is this beautiful orange-like tissue paper. And I'm going to run the nails down there. Also, fingernails come in handy for grabbing the small stuff. Because everybody goes, how do you do that with the fingernails? I use the fingernails as tools to get to what I need to get to. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to cut this piece into 8 squares. So this should be interesting. And of course, they don't have, usually there's a template for this stuff. And this one does not come with a template, which I'm surprised. Because normally they have a template. But I guess not. So, let's see if there's a measurement. Yes, 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter squares. So that's usually because all of this comes from China, guys. So everything is in the metric. So you're going to do the 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter square to get the squares that you need. This is where a pen or a fine point marker comes in handy. Like I said, I have everything on hand. I got a whole pile of crap over here that you guys, most of you have seen it, but it's there. And then when I redid the studio, over here I've got a whole cabinet full of all of that stuff. I brought it in from the shop. So it's here when I need it. So what I'm going to do now is just mark that 1 by 1 centimeter so that we can have the proper square. And excuse the coughing and the voice, guys. I'm still trying to get over this cold. Miss Betty is leaving us? Is she leaving us? No, Miss Betty. But if she has to leave, have a good night, Miss Betty. We'll miss you. So we're going to mark this off in 1 centimeter. And then do another mark the other way. 1 centimeter. And by doing that, it'll give you your, if I can put it the right way here, you'll have the guideline for what you need. So we marked that one. Now I've got to do the other way. The 1 centimeter mark to there. And then you're going to use your ruler to draw your lines. Use the straight edge so that you know it's straight. All the way down. And then you can just draw your line, just a faint line all the way down. You'll get 8 out of this one strip, which is fantastic. Going to jippy in one section. I got a bald spot. Well, I ain't having that. So we're just going to fill that in. And then again, now you're going to do the other lines. So there you're going to see, hey, Julie, how's it going? You'll see that's the size square that we need to make these flowers. And you're going to do that all the way down. So what I'm going to do is get out my handy dandy scissors. I'm going to cut that strip right off, and then we'll do the individual squares. Just follow the line that you drew to the best of your ability. Remember, none of this stuff is perfect. We're not perfect. So if there's a glitch, don't overthink it. Just roll with it, guys. Or I know there's a lot of people that can't do that. Just roll with it. Nature's not even perfect. So I don't expect perfect flowers. So there is the one square. You can see our little square on the table. Look how tiny that is. Tiny, tiny. So I'm just going to continually mark that 1 centimeter mark. As soon as I find it, right? There it is. Good gracious. Now what you could do is mark them all the way down if you want. Or you could, there's a little trick. Here's a little trick. Make your second mark. I'm going to show you how to do this. I can get it to cooperate. Mark your 1 centimeter. Get that mark on there. And there it is. Draw your straight line. Make sure that it's straight. Faint line. So there is your mark. Hey, Steph! Damn, the minis. I need anti-anxiety. Oh, I know. Yep, you need them. You need them. Okay, so you see I've got the mark there on this strip. We need 8 of these squares. I fold the square on that mark, making sure that it is exactly on that mark. Another easy way I can show you, because I do this with the magazines and stuff too. Where that mark is, take your straight edge of your ruler, and you kind of push down. So it kind of like, shows you where it is. So all you do is just fold it over. And then now what you're going to do is you have that one square fold it on that line. I kind of score it with the fingernails so that you got your square. Now you're just going to fold continuously, matching up that square without having to draw any lines. And you score the fold with your fingernail or the ruler or whatever works for you. And I do this till I get the 8 squares that I need. Making sure it's even. Even Steven. Oh, you know, the best is even can get. There it is. So we've got 1 on the table. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can count, guys. 6, 7, and then 8. And then all we do is cut them loose. So it saves you from having to draw a line all the way down. Fast, easy, and that's the way you want it. Actually, today we had the big road race here today. And I was going to film it for everybody, but I could not get up, guys. I was like the Walking Dead. It was horrible. So I said, well, nobody cares about that. The Boilermaker Road Race. So this morning I had 10,000 people run past my house in this heat. Thank goodness nobody dropped. It was wonderful. Let's see who's coming. Hello, William. How are you? I have a cat land in the middle of paper. Oh, it's... Hi there, Leanne. I'm not on your lawn. I'm just admiring it. She's streaking too. Don't let her pull your chain. She's revving her engine and zipping right across that lawn. So I just snip along the folds. Got my 8 squares to make our flowers. Sure, if I can get this one. Zing, there we go. I still have a piece left over. Never waste, always save, because you might need it for something. Always remember that. So our next step is, and to help keep you from getting cluttered, always put your crap back in the containers. Get it out of your way. I'm really guilty about that. I'll end up having stuff all over. I always got to remind myself, get it out of the way, get it out of the way. Because it will get in the way. Okay, now we have to have our centerpieces, our flower centers. Let's see, are they in this? Yes, they are. There they are. And we've got to have 8 of those. Oh, and then a separate baggie. I said we'll get in the separate baggie. I made it back again. I'm waiting for dinner to finish up. Lemon baked leg quarters and garlic Dijon roasted potatoes. Oh my goodness. And all we had was hamburgers, and she's got a gourmet meal. Oh my goodness. Dinner at Cynthia's. That I just volunteered. Everybody go to your house. Okay. And of course all of this is attached. So we're going to have to pull it out one at a time. And these are double-sided. So you've got an end on each one. So we don't need as many. So we got 2 there, 2, 4, 6, 8. So you're going to need 4 of those lovely things. Okay, one thing about this set, the other sets usually everything comes in little Ziploc baggies. I like that. These are not resealable. So you got to worry about stuff dumping out. But that's no biggie. But that's just one thing I've noticed. The bags aren't resealable. It does come in handy. So now what we're going to do is fold these in half, equal parts, and then snip the middle so that we have the 8 centers that we need for our flowers. So just fold it in half. Put your scissor right down at the bottom of that U. Click. You're done. That's it. Snip, snip. Don't get nervous, guys. That's Cynthia, and you didn't invite us. I know. What, like, Leanne, like, what's up with that? But she's on here rubbing it in our face. When I'm ready, Leanne, I'm going to do cartwheels and end up with a rounded off back tuck. Oh. She's doing all kinds of fancy. I'm doing is running. She's doing all of these gymnastics. Of course, Steph probably could do it. I couldn't get away with that. You'd have to cart me away on a stretcher. So there we've got our 8 centers. There they are. And of course, it'd be nice if you could see it, huh? Let's get something to put it on so you can see. hard on the gray table. So there we go. Try to be a little more professional, you know what I mean? So then we've got our 8 squares. Let's pick those up, put them in place. And also, I have bad knife habits, guys. You already know that. So don't do what I do. Do the right thing. Don't do what Laura does. So there's our 8 little flower squares and our centers. Next thing we have to step onto is the greenery, because pretty much what we're going to do is that's going to all pretty much roll together. So we need a 3 by 3 centimeter of the green leaf material. And that is a big piece. Also, if you don't want to use this, I mean, I recommend it. You know, a lot of people don't want to go through the trouble. If you don't want to use the paper, and if you have artificial flowers just laying around your house, they usually have little tiny leaves or stuff like that that you could use to wrap up with this to make it easier. Or I save a lot of things from other sets that I've done, which I'll show you. I'll do the paper one too, but I'll show you. I keep a box over here of stuff that I've got from other sets that I've done. And I have leftover like plants and stuff like that. So if you wanted to cheat and not cut the greenery, just get yourself, try to find the bigger plants that I've got. Use that leftover piece, stick it in the bead that you're going to use as the planter, and then it saves you from doing the cutting. Because a lot of people don't have patience for that. And of course, now that I'm looking for it, I can't find it. Oh, there we go. It's in here with the moss. But I'm just, giving you an example of how you don't have to always do what they say in there. If you've got a better way of doing it, or an easier way of doing it for you, then go ahead, do that. Nothing's written in stone. That's the beauty of it. This is a plant piece from another build that I did. So all I would have to do to give me that leafy, the leafy design there, as you can see, you could use one of these. Snip it up, put it in the bead that you're going to use as the face, and then put the flower pieces in, and it saves you from cutting it. But I'm going to do one just to show you. See, there's always alternatives. That's why I always say, make it your own. Because it could be kind of boring, just always following the rules. Shh, but don't tell anybody I said that. So let's see. Oh no, I'm going to wiggle my toes in your lawn, and all 10 of them. Oh no, yeah. Oh, I don't mind company, but if it's going to be a group, I need a couple of days of warning. You got it. You got it. And I used to live where you used to live, so it wouldn't be hard to find it. Okay, so we got 3 by 3 centimeter. Again, so you're going to need a little cut patch, and then how you do it is that you cut the leaf design, and I will show you how to do that. I am not probably a big fan of that, so I'll probably just use plant pieces that I've already got, because I just think it would be easier and probably look better. All depends. All depends on how I feel and what tickles my fancy. So I'm going to mark 3 by 3. So there's 1, 2, there's 3. And then 3 there. So I'm going to mark that one there. And then again, draw your straight lines. I'm just going to do one piece for right now so you guys can see what I'm doing. Make sure it's straight. Draw that very faint line. Just like woodworking, any kind of woodworking. Always, measure twice, cut once. It's very wise words. And there's that one piece. We're only going to do that one piece so that I can show you. I'm really far from town, but there's only 3 turns. Yeah. Well, I think I told you before, it was in the northeast part. We were close to the Iowa border where we lived. So I'm going to cut out this square to show you what I'm talking about. And yeah, pretty much all there was corn, corn and deer, turkey buzzards. It's the fast life. Corn as far as the eye can see. Oh my God, it was something. This is quite a hobby, an insane hobby at that. It's great. It's such fun. Come on. You gotta give it a chance. So here now they're showing you that you have to cut the pieces to make it look like grass. Is pretty much what you're doing. And according to this, it looks like that they're cutting it down, leaving about a quarter of an inch at the bottom part of it. So that's what we're gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna mark it first because this I don't want to go beyond that spot. So I'm just gonna give myself a little guideline, and it's okay to do that. Nobody's gonna see that because it's gonna be in the bead. And then we're just gonna cut ourselves some grass. Cut some grass, guys. Cut some grass. And I'll go with the end piece. We're gonna start, and it's gonna do it at an angle cut because grass is pointy, right? So let's do a little angle cut there, and then cut inward there. So you're doing like V's. You're cutting little V's into the paper. Pull out the one piece there. So there you got like your little blade of grass. Can you see that, guys? Make sure you guys can see that little blade of grass. There it is. We have grass. And you're going to do that through this whole thing. Doing it at that angle, that pointy angle, so it gives you that grass effect. You can do them as thin or as thick as you want them. All up to you. You are the artist. You are the creator. The creator. Reminds me of Star Trek. Beeger. I know, I just let the nerd out, didn't I? Who let the nerd out? Oh, no singing. Still got a cold. So I do a little trimmy better because I'm not getting the effect that I want. So there we go. There we go. And after I do this, now I can cut off a chat, guys. Just trying to speed it along so you guys got something to look at. Now, as I do these projects, I will be doing stuff behind the scenes to keep us ahead of the game. But then when I do the lives, I do get people caught up on what I've been doing. So you don't miss out on anything. You just won't see, the full process as it's done because that helps to speed it up. So there you go. We have grass. We've got grass. There it is. And that will be rolled up with this when we make the flowers. Let me get that bead out while I'm looking at that page. That is in that other bag, I think. It's not in that bag. It's not in that bag. It's in this bag. We want to get that bead out so we have it ready to rock and roll. And again, I'm going to make sure I got the right bag, the right bead. Because sometimes a lot of the beads will look alike. Look at that. Arthritis won't let me pull. No strength. I'm sad woman. Oh, there it is. Sad. Sad sack. Hey, admit. No smoke in the grass. Yeah, that's right. No smoke in the grass. Well, not me. So here is our bag of larger beads. That's what we're looking for. And I know what I'll end up doing. I'll be switching all this over to plastic bags because I have extras because these are all just going to fall out. So that's the one thing I got against. We have no proper bags that reseal. And that's the one I'm looking for. Right here. And I'm not going to open the whole thing up because it'll have beads rolling all around the table. So I'll just do the corner so I can get that bead out. So that's the bead that we need. The bead that we need. And that's what we got. All components just to put these flowers together. So now what I'm going to do is it shows you how to start working the flower. You're going to get your square. And I'm knocking everything over. Boy, I wreck a house, don't I? You're not going to be folding it at half point. It's like a midpoint at, oh God, it's not even a 90 angle. Let's say about 45-degree angle. You're going to see it's going to look like this. So it's going to be kind of cockeyed so that you get that petal effect when you're rolling the flour together. So that's just knocked it over again. Oh, well, that's the way it goes. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be folding this, holding our, and another way to help with that is also, again, using the edge of your ruler to help you get that fold that you want. So I don't know if you guys can see. That's the thing. I got to work on an overhead camera. It might be a lot easier for you guys so you don't miss out. But this is pretty much what it's going to look like. You're going to see it's an uneven fold. Does that work better for you? An uneven fold so that when you're rolling it around, it'll give that petal effect, which is awesome. Okay, so you're going to do that with all of those sheets of paper to make this flower bouquet. We're going to flip over to the next page so we can see what we're doing. See? Water bottle is knocked over onto the airbrush machine. That would have caused damage. That's why it's locked up. See? I know what I'm talking about. And I just did it again. Now see, if that happens 2 more times, then I'm going to throw the bottle of glue across the room. Because that's when Laura loses her patience. Okay, let me get caught up. Hey, Ace, how's it going? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Remember, guys, if you want to donate or gift me anything, you have to do it on the Raw Side page. This page is brand spanking, so I can't receive any goodies on this one. Not yet. Not yet, but soon. Hopefully we hit that 1,000 mark, and then we can do everything on here like we do on the Raw Side page. Rolling the grass. That's right. That's what we're doing. And William, I think I said hello, but I want to do it again. Hello, sir. How are you? So I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. If I did, say it again. Say it again. Just let you guys know, for the magazine, Ace is in the lead. Get your votes in. Get your votes in for that sexy guy. And Leanne's killing it. Yes. A couple of our nominees are here. So this is how we do it. Okay, sorry. I'm going to put that there. And I'm knocking the glue over so I can just play myself. You're going to take your center. If you have trouble holding on to little things, use your tweezers. No shame in using the tweezers. And then that centerpiece is going to lay in that folded piece that you just folded up. Make sure that the tip of that flower just pops up just a little bit. Excuse me. Now, I'm not going to roll it just yet because we need glue to hold that bad boy together. So this is where we pop out the glue. Get those scissors out of the way. I just almost knocked over the paint tray. And you guys know, we do a little dabble do you right on your palette, whatever you use. I use, actually, believe it or not, a plastic, one of the plastic bags that you get, like, a Ziploc bag type thing. Because it's easier to clean. And you're not wasting glue and you're not wasting paper or whatever. When the glue spots dry up, all you got to do is just peel it. It peels right off and you got a new surface again to work from. Just a little tip there. It's up to you. I hate putting stuff on paper or on a palette and then it's wasted. And then you got to throw that whole thing away. And you really shouldn't do that. Try to save and reuse what you can. So now that's what we're going to do is take this and we're going to roll it around that flower the best that we can. So I'm going to take a little bit of glue, and I use my knife for a lot of things. Or if you've got a nail tool that's pointed, use that. Because you're going to need a little bit of glue just to put on that one edge. Glue that flower together. Oops, slid on me. It slid on me. Bad. You know what? It's trying to escape. There's no escape for you. None. So now we've got that in. Little dabble do ya. Hold that in place with your tweezers if you have to. Roll this other one around. Roll it between your fingers if you have to, because you want to have that rolled effect. And then that's why it comes in handy with the pointed tool. Slide that little dollop of glue in there, and then just hold it a second until it sets up. That's why I really prefer the craft glue, because it sets up quickly. Where the other one, you gotta set it down and wait. I really don't have patience for waiting. It's bad. I don't have patience for waiting. So let's see. Let's see who else. Is anybody else popped in? Did I miss anybody? Oh God, Steph got the tongue out. I loved reading your mag. Oh, did you enjoy it? I'm glad. I'm glad. I need to get my button gear and get started for the next one. I put the posts up for the sexy guy, sexy gal, and I haven't done anything else yet. I'm just a hot mess over here. So there's actually one flower, guys. We'll get you a close up of that one. There's that cute little flower, that one little flower. And we're going to set that off to the side. I got to be careful not to get anything on the red felt, because that's for another project. I don't want to goop it up. So we're going to do this for each orange flower. Exciting or what? I think so. And the rest of you are probably saying, oh, this one's nuts. She crazy. And we're going to fold each one of those. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. There is no such thing as a perfect flower. Just do the best you can. Do the best y'all can. Get it folded in place. I want to get as much pointage as I can. Oh, I'm blowing stuff all over. What's the matter with me? So yeah, the race was intense today. Of course, the Kenyan one. Told you. They run so fast. Actually, my father's amazed when he's watching. It floors him because we have a division where the wheelchair racers are also in it. How these people do this, and they're just using their arms, is just amazing. My father said they must have arms like steel iron. Yeah, pretty much. It's some of the rate some of the race where you have to go through is uphill. So it's I gotta get a different tweezer because this one's slipping. That's why it's good to have multiple ones when you're doing these kinds of projects. We got that one folded. I also want to show you a little trick on how you roll stuff. Yeah, we're gonna roll it. You don't use a dollar either. Old school, old school. Steph is licking stuff again. I know. She just can't control that tongue of hers. Can't control herself. Sometimes we have to, we have to lock her up. So here's that. There's that. One more to fold. And then I'll show you a little trick that I use to roll. Because a lot of these you got to roll them. So, they fit correctly. Get that straightened out. There we go. Always, like I said, always utilize the stuff you got. Now, if you're going to have to roll something that's larger and you need a bigger rounded space, use the handle of your craft knife. Works perfect. Use a paintbrush end, or a painting tool end, like this. You just put the flower piece on there. You roll it on there, so then it gives you that rounded piece that you need. And it's 1, 2, 3, and it's done. That's just like the best thing to use. Let's try to figure out how you're going to get it the way you want it. It gives you a start of something to work with. Or like in the old days, when you used to roll ribbon and you would score it and it would curl right up. You could do pretty much the same thing with a knife with this. But I found that using just a rounded tool and then just put that paper in there and then just roll it between your fingers. It slides right off. And then you insert the centerpiece. Pretty simple, simple. So let's do a little dab of glue in the center of that. Get that out of my way. And of course, this time of year, it stinks because the glue dries really quick. So my recommendation, guys, is don't put a lot of glue on your palette because it's just going to dry it up and you're going to waste it. Little bits at a time is just the best way to go. So you're not wasting anything. Remember, it's sinful to waste. No waste. It's expensive to waste. So now I got one end glued. I'm going to glue the other end. And then we're just going to roll that bad boy up until we have flour. See, this is the stuff that everybody says, I can't believe you sit here and you do this. I sit here, I could do this for hours. I ain't kidding. Hours. I just get sucked into it. And I get excited, like, oh, it's the next thing I got to build. And it's an addiction, really. And then when I do get to the large house rebuild, which will happen actually probably more towards the wintertime, guys, because that's definitely a wintertime project. For one, I need help getting it up the stairs. It takes 2 people to carry that house. And I do want to strip it down and redo it while you guys watch. But that's going to be our winter project. So there's flower number 2. So now what I'm going to show you is how they want you to curl up our grass around. Well, actually, no, I got to do all the rest of the flowers first. I'm talking trash. That was me doing it. So we got to do all of these first before we can wrap the grass around the flowers. So let me just shut myself up here and get my butt moving. Let's see. Just subscribe to your new channel. Oh, thanks, TARDIS. Welcome in. Thank you. So another little dollop. Just to get that in there. And actually, didn't you do another, Bill, you still here? Didn't you do another show? I missed it. I was jacked up the other day. I really was. And then I had some issues today. I'm thinking, oh, I almost didn't make today. I'm thinking, no, I can't do that. So I told everybody, I gotta go. I got people are waiting for me to do a show. I gotta go. I cannot cancel. So we're gonna roll that around. Roll in. So yeah, I think Bill did a music thing the other night. And I missed it. Well, the stupid cold is still keeping me up. I'm up to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes the other day I didn't go to bed till the sun come up because of the cough. So that's a little annoying. Oh, I got a little fuzzy in there. You don't want that. So there's the other flower. I'm just going to keep going. 3 more to go, and then we'll roll the grass. I'm a big fat liar. There's 4 more to go. 4 more to go. Is Miss Julie leaving us? I didn't even get a chance to ask you about your date, Miss Julie, on her date. Actually, we'll have to save that for tomorrow morning. We'll save that for the morning brew. She can fill us in on the dirt on the morning brew. Clean that knife off, and when the knife gets gumped up, just clean it off. See, this is the bad that I do. Don't do that, because you'll cut yourself. I'm just stubborn, so I just do it. But I tell everybody, don't do that to me. That's a no-no. Especially if you just sharpened it. Might cause an issue. But I'm used to getting holes and stuff in my fingers. Was up watching English Thrash. Oh, nice. Yes, Carbs and Coffee has been busy lately. Yeah, he was. Well, I think. Yeah, I could have sworn I seen that he had something going on last night, and I think, oh, I didn't make it. I didn't make it. Oh, also, I want to thank everybody again, which I will do doing a post with the fundraiser for Cree. Um, you guys helped out a great deal. She really appreciates it. So, and she cashed it out today. We figured out how it went directly to her instead of me being the middleman because I didn't want to be the middleman. So we figured that out, and she is going to actually write a formal thank you to all of you for the help during this time. She's been having a pretty rough time. So I want to thank you guys personally. You guys are the best. If I was a mod here, hint. You know what? Oh God, I didn't give anybody mod status, did I? Thanks for telling me, Leanne. Oh, no. We gotta fix that. Yikes. Never even thought about it. Am I such a goob or what? Of course, I can't do. Let me round this off. It's starting to annoy. I can't do it. I don't think while I'm on here. So, yes, we were talking today, and I helped her today because when it comes to computers and all this, Cree doesn't know how to do any of that. So I walked her through it online, and everything should be fine. She has control of it now. Where I was the one that started it, I turned all total control over to her so that she could just pay it out herself. So this way, nobody gets her information and all of that. So it worked out beautifully. So, woo, you turkey. Now, see, I was nice. I said turkey. If I wasn't on camera, it wouldn't have been turkey. Why, you so and so. But yeah, she's going to write up a formal thank you to everybody. Well, she's been dealing with in-laws and stuff like that are haven't been around for years, and all of a sudden, there they are. You know how that works. She's being a nice girl, but she just wants them to go away now, so she can grieve in peace. And there's that flower. Now, to be honest with you, which I'm always honest with you guys, these are okay, but I really don't like these. To be honest with you, I just don't. I I don't know. I just don't like the way they look. And we're gonna make them up just so I can show you, but I'm not gonna guarantee that I'm gonna use them. I don't know if I like. I'll see how it turns out. I might change it and do a different kind of flower because I'm just not really happy with the way this looks. And I'm the type of person, if I make something and I don't like the way it looks, then it goes in the garbage and I try it over. Like baking, when the cake doesn't come out right, I'll throw it in the garbage and start over because, I'm not going to serve a funky cake to somebody. It's just the way I am. Is that perfectionist, maybe? Oh, but that's bad. Because I really don't consider myself that. But I wanted to look good. And these are, wouldn't be my first choice of flower. Okay, so now we're working on the last one. I swear it took off on us. Let's see. Well, you got people in both channels. Yeah, well, like I said, I did that on purpose because it seemed I'm starting over from scratch with this channel. So if anybody wants to send the gems or a donation or a coffee thing or whatever, you can't do it on here yet. So I just figured, okay, if you guys wanted to do that, you could just do it on the raw side channel. I mean, it's not like I'm saying you have to, but I'm just saying the options there. Just so you know. Because, yeah, that's the thing. Doing this, it's starting all over again. All over again. So I'll be stressing, freaking out, the usual. The usual YouTube stuff. Seeing it's starting the new channel. course, I still do that on the other channel too. So you just can't win, right? Let's get that other corner. And we're going to roll it. So it looks like a pretty flower. Now let me get caught up on here. Am I a goober? I think goober is a silly person. Yeah, well, goober dork. I'm sorry, guys. I'm using slang that nobody gets. Yeah, goofball. There you go. Leanne's helping you out there. Am I a goober? Okay. Now that we got all our flowers together, let's put them in a bunch. Bunch. And then we're going to roll them in the greenery, if you prefer that. Or do you like grass? We can still do grass. We just have to put them in a single unit. And it's pretty simple. You're going to get glue on the one end of your grass patch. Take that how you will. And I know you freshies are going to take it to the edge. And what we're going to do is just put that right on that bunch. And then you're just going to roll it between your fingers till the whole thing is covered up. After I get it, there we go. Got to get it going. So it's not stuck. Not stick. Come on. Work with me here. There we go. Oh. Tight. Come on. Really? There we go. Now it's cooperating. Sometimes you have to have words with it. Like, either you roll up or I'm setting you. I'm getting the match. So there, I've got it rolled up there. So then we get it glued in place. See what I mean? How it dried, like it's all dried up on it. That's because it's warm in here and I've got 3 fans going. So that's why I always do little glue increments so I'm not wasting. And then we're just going to put a little bead of glue on that. Finish rolling that up tightly. Like a soul. Roll it between your fingers like a booger. And then you'll see you get your little flowers there. What I like to do now is you can take your tweezers, kind of like curl the grass pieces so that it makes them look individual. And, grass curls up some. So we're going to do that. Kind of like doing the ribbon thing. And of course, that's going to be a big pain in my, too. So I'm going to use my finger and the craft knife. Be careful when you do this. I know I'm being mother hen, but that's just please. Always use caution when you're using any sharp tools. Especially these things. These things can be nasty. Boy, I've hacked open my hand one time on one of these things. Ugh. Hurt? Holy moly. So you can see how I'm getting the curl? Oh, I'm hoping you guys can see. I know my camera stuff is really just... Even though I got a great camera, I just can't get that close up the way I want it to anyway. I might have to turn the autofocus back on just so it will focus in. There we go. We've got a little curlage going there. A little curlage. Smaller knife. There we go. There we got it. Well, we got it going on. So there we got a little bit of, just a little curl, just to give it a little bit of definition. And then, of course, it goes into that bead. And then I'm going to get caught up on our chat. I'm going to fill the inside of that bead with a big old bunch of glue. Don't get too carried away because it is a bead. So there's a hole on the bottom. You don't want to glue it to the tail. So then take your plant, put it in. And there it is, guys. Our first plant. Yay! And then you adjust as you want. And then you're going to set it off to the side so it can dry. There it is. There it is. Our first plant. Woo! We on a roll now. Okay, so I'm going to get caught up on chat. And actually, the next step is going to be a different kind of flower, same type of technique. And we have to go through about three or so of those. I'm not going to drive you insane with that process. We know we have to make plants. Hey, Spider Queen, welcome in. So, and we're going to be making a lot of plants, but I just want to do bits and pieces so that you guys know the process. Um, so actually, I want to do this next one here because this one, I'll skip this one. I'll do this one behind the scenes. This one here I want to do because it looks like a carnation. And I think you guys would like that one. That one's pretty cool. And it's the same color, you know, the orange. So let's take this and set it to the side. Now, recommendations, guys, when you ever do any kind of crafting project, always have, actually, I don't have it out right now, but always have a container so that you can put your finished pieces in and get them out of the way. Unless you have a big enough table that you can store them all on the table. But usually what I do when I'm waiting for stuff to dry, I put it up towards the front part of the table where it's out of the way and nothing can knock it over and damage it. And then when it's totally dry, I put it in like a little tote. And then that's set off to the side so that when we're done and we're ready to use it, all of your finished pieces are in the tote. And then you could just start going to town, putting it together with your building. So I'm at my craft table now. Oh, hey, all right. What are you doing? Spider Queen, what are you crafting? I mean, right now we're starting with the house kit, which is awesome. I can't wait to, because this one's different. Normally I do, you guys know, I do the gothic stuff, but I've got a whole village of gothic stuff. So I wanted to change it up and do this greenhouse, and I've got a couple other projects. I've got another metal project coming, another kind of garden place coming. Um, but it won't be just to this. I'm also going to be finishing up figurines that I started on the other channel, so we can finish up on those. Like I said, you can see we started doing the figurines, so we're going to finish up a lot of these one by one, and then also, like I said, the rebuild that we're going to finish up on that one as well. But I'm not going to be just doing these things. I'm going to be pulling out the leather stuff, guys. I'm going to see if I can do them. It's been a while because of my fingers. That's why I gave it up. But if I can just show you guys how I put together like the little leather change purse or a medicine bag, stuff like that. And then it's something I think you guys would like to see. And because I always enjoy doing the leather stuff. So a little bit, it's going to be different things just to keep you guys interested in the crafting and hopefully inspire you to craft. It is very relaxing. Get your mind off of stuff. And then, not for nothing, once you get a little collection of stuff going together, they make great gifts. Christmas time, when it gets close to that, we can do Christmas ornaments, all kinds of stuff like that. So let me get a quick catch up on what you guys have been chatting about. I tried to hide and stuff. Followed me here. It's not my fault. Oh, she got GPS on your ass. That's what I say to my family. I can't get out of here. I said, because they got GPS on my ass. There's nowhere to hide. Decoupage. Ooh. Gothic apothecary picks. Nice, nice. Oh my goodness. And do you share those photographs anywhere, Spider Queen? On somebody's Discord, your own Discord? I would love to see that. There's Miss Sage. I need something to get off my mind. What's going on, Betty? Are you okay? What's the matter? Is there an issue that we need to address, Miss Betty? Or do you need help with something? Come on, unload on us. What's going on? Oh, not yet. Okay. Oh, I would love to see it. Whoa, caught in my trap. Oh, there's a lot of things that I would like to try, but I won't do those on camera as far as being creative because yeah, my husband might lock me up. I don't know. I needed something to get stuff off. Okay, I misread that. Okay, she needed something to get. Well, I'm doing my best, Miss Betty. I always do my best. I haven't put anything out yet. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Actually, what I've been wanting, but I don't have the stuff for this. I wanted to for my witch's room. I want to hang it up, but I don't want it on regular hangers. I don't want to hang it up with wires. I actually want, and I've seen them on Amazon, but I don't have the stuff to make them because I would make them. They have these Halloween hangers that are hands, and they're creepy looking black hands, and you put them on the wall so you can put stuff on them. I want to hang the broom off of something like that. Oh, but yeah, that's just like frivolous stuff that I haven't looked into. But if I had the stuff to make it, then I would make it out of my own hands, and then have the holding the broom up on the wall, which I think would be so cool. It'd be so cool. You're looking forward to all the many people moving on the borrowers, Sage. Don't you know about the borrowers? That's who's living in my little village. Actually, it's going to be cool because when Halloween rolls around, I'm going to have to set them all up on the table, on my tarot table behind me, and I'll light them all up for Halloween. I do like a little Halloween village. That'll be so cool. I do have Discord. I will figure it out. I'm there with Spider. I'm bad with my Discord. I'm sorry, guys. I am. I'm still getting there. I cry every day. Okay, I'll stop being a downer. No, you're not a downer. You're not. We understand. We understand. Betty, I cry almost every day too. Yesterday, I had a cousin come over to visit, and she wasn't around when my mother passed. And I was talking about stuff, and I started crying at the table. It happens, honey. Let it out. Let the tears flow. It makes you feel better.
Priority one message
My
having
phone's
secure
talking.
channel.
I have those. Got them on Amazon, but simple to craft. Okay, so yeah, Leanne knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I was gonna order them. I go, no, wait. But see, I don't have the stuff. I don't have all of the stuff I need to make. I just have to wait. That's all. So my room's in the corner. But I think those are so cool. How are they really cool, Leanne? I think they would look great. And hold it onto the broom. It's cool. Because right now I shuffle it from like one corner to the other because I don't know. I got nowhere to put it. I know pretty much. Okay, I want to do this one here, the carnation, which is pretty easy. You're going to get a piece of our orange material, our paper, and we are going to do a 12 by 2 centimeter piece, and then it is folded in half. Ooh, and then we do a clipping all the way along that edge that gives that carnation effect. And then we're going to need 2 green pieces, and then a piece of green wire, which we have floral wire. That's pretty much what it is. I'm crying now. Oh, sweet Betty. Honey, we're with you. We love you. And we totally understand. All of us understand. I still haven't done the craft that I'm going to do. And I might actually do it on the show so you guys can see. Before they put my mother to rest, I had them clip some of my mother's hair. So I have my mom's hair in a baggie. And I'm going to make I want to make some kind of a craft remembrance um, for me and my sister. I was thinking maybe of a photo of us when we were babies and then a lock of my mother's hair. Um, but it's here, and I just haven't decided on how I'm going to do it. I have acrylic. I might do it in an acrylic, maybe heart, and then set it in the frame with the photograph and give it to my sister. I've got to get it done soon because her birthday's in October, and I thought I would give it to her for her birthday. I'm rubbish with Discord. I'm getting there. The problem is you got to get on there. You got to use it. You know what I mean? And I try my best. Hang the broom on the nails for now. Yeah, on nails for now. Nah, I'm just gonna leave it where it is. It's up against the chair, and it's pretty much out of the way until I get the stuff, or I just bite the bullet and buy the spooky hands. Like I said, I use the the funding from YouTube for the stuff for the show, and the hands aren't part of that deal. So that's just it can wait. It's not a big Yahoo. Okay, 12 by 2 is what we need. So 12 centimeters by 2. So that is a complete strip, is what we've got going now. And then it's got to be by 2. So I'm just going to mark the 2 spot because this page measures out 12 centimeters. So I'm going to get my pen. And you can use a pen. And then, of course, when we do the wiring, that's a whole other ball game. Very easy, so don't freak out if you're going to do something like this. Wiring is very easy. So, and we have to do it by 2 centimeters. Yep, double checking. That's what they're saying, 2 centimeters. And then we're going to fold it in half. So what you do is you make that 2 centimeter mark all the way down the length of your paper. This way you cut it straight, and then you're going to fold it in half. And anybody that does like any kind of woodworking or anything like that, you're going to make your marks all the way down so that you get a complete cut on the exact line of that mark. That one didn't show up. There we go. So then we're going to use our flat edge of our ruler to make sure that we are straight. Line that rule up with those lines that you just made. Give yourself a little score. It's just a very light. It doesn't have to be all. It don't have to be that distinct because you're just using that as a guide. Thank you, Laura. You're so sweet. The hospital gave me a little tube with my son's list. Oh, that's I like when they do the bears too, with the loved one's voice or message on it. It's sometimes that would be great. Other times you think, oh, I don't know, maybe it's going to be a problem. But I think people deal with it in their own way, and if it brings you comfort, then it's wonderful. I have hands that grow in water. They will swell up in a week to the size of human hands. They are slimy. Dry them. Oh, that's cool. Slimy hands. Now, I always use a scissor. You can also use a rotary cutter on this, guys. I do have a paper cutter. I don't have it in here right now. But you can put this in there and make sure it ensures it's straight. Run that rotary cutter over it. It's done. I haven't brought it out here yet. I'm still in the process of switching stuff around, so it's a hot mess. So I just follow that line with my scissors. Always make sure you have a good pair of scissors. Because if you don't, it's going to cause you a problem. And there you go. Or you could also if you don't use scissors, just leave your ruler there in place along that line. Take your craft knife, and there you go. So work whatever is easiest for you. That's pretty much what I always tell everybody. And then to find your center, put the ruler, which I find is easy. If you don't want to do it that way, then you just fold it up corner to corner. If you can hold on to it. Run that nail down. Give it a little rounded edge to work with there. And then just match up those corners. And you're supposed to glue this. So let's get a little dab of glue. Put that on there because we got to glue as we go. Get my scissors out of the way. It's always good to have. You know how they have those the containers that you use to put your pens and shit on your office desk. I have, that's what I have. They're loaded. One's for paintbrushes, the other one's for everything else. Very comes in very handy. Um, or an old coffee mug, stuff like that. You can get yourself a raw side mug and use that. Gee, eventually then I can do merch for this channel too. That'd be so fun. I love making up the merch. I mean, it's great if people buy it, but it's so fun making it. It really is. I can't wait for Leanne to make a purse so I can get something that says "Get off my lawn." Actually, were your ears burning because Leanne? Because I was talking about you, my cousin saying how that your handle there, "Get off my lawn," and then I reminded her of the story of the old man on our street that used to yell at the kids to get off my lawn, and she started dying laughing. She goes, "Oh yes, I remember that guy. Get off my lawn, you little bastards!" Oh my god, it was so funny. That old man was something else. He was just so cranky. Oh, cranky. And hated it when we used to go on his grass. Excuse me. So all I'm doing is gluing and folding as I go, and just making sure that it is adhered to each other. I'm not even straightening out the bottom edge yet. I just want to make sure that that is sticking and get that glue in place before it dries up on me. That's the problem is when you're crafting in the summer months and you've got AC or air fans going and your product dries out. And I always try not to waste anything because craft supplies are expensive, guys. So you want to get as most as you can out of your buck. Use it all up. I run a little short, so I need another little dab. I need help with merch. I want like werewolf head screaming, "Get off my lawn." There you go, Pinky. She needs help. Pinky is the queen of doing that kind of stuff. Her and Sage helped me with the Brewster Rooster for the morning show. It's gonna be hilarious. I definitely have to get off my lawn. See it now. And that's just it's classic. It really is. Okay. Oh, does somebody need my Discord? If one of you gals could put in, I know I gotta make you mods. I gotta get my shit together. Okay, so now that I've got this all glued, guys, what I'm gonna do is kind of, I don't want to flatten it out. I kind of want to leave that edge rounded because this is a carnation, so it kind of has like that rounded effect of those petals on a carnation. So now I'm just gonna do is go along and snip all the way along this edge, making it fringe, fringe style. And you don't go very far, but like halfway. And then just start snipping away. And this takes time and patience. So don't watch Steph, because she'll be bugging. Steph will be bugging. And don't make it too thick, because you want it to look as authentic as you can. So when it rolls up, it's going to just give you a full effect, the carnation effect. I remember the days when we used to make flowers out of tissues for weddings. The tissue flowers. We've come a long way since then, haven't we? But not for nothing, they're still pretty. And we're just gonna clip, 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 clip. Clip away. Clip, clip, clip. What did you guys think of the intro? I suck at doing that stuff, so you gotta let me know if they, I love it. It was like the old time radio type thing. What do you think? I did my best with that. That's still a learning process for me. And if something really sucks, and I reach out to people, help, this really stinks. What do you think? And we're doing now. These are great scissors, but like for stuff like this, which I don't have them with a bad girl. I usually have a small pair of nippers, and you nip, 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 and it makes it a little quicker. But right now, this is what I've got instead of going to run and find the smaller stuff. When I get the rest of my stuff in here, then I'll be set. It's a process. Changing rooms, putting things. I'm still going to keep all my woodworking stuff out in the shop in the other room, but this is basically going to be for the miniatures and stuff like that. So I have to get all the rest of that tools and all of that stuff here that I need. And it's been so god awful hot. And I didn't go swimming because I had to show to do it. So I sacrificed the pool for you guys. By the time I'm done, it'll be too dark and the mosquitoes will be out, and I want them to get me. So now we're gonna work. There we go. We've got our fringe. See the fringe there? Fringe, fringe, fringe. It's just still ain't working. But there you see you got the fringe piece. It kind of looks kind of crappy now. Trust the process. Trust the process. So now we're gonna need a piece of the floral wire. And that is in this package here. Definitely gonna change this over because I don't want stuff all foul. Look at all the goodies in here. It's so cool. Oh, I know. I know. Simple things make me so happy. It's like me going to the lumber yard. I'm one of the weird chicks that run to the lumber yard, sniff lumber. Okay, so we need, I think 5 centimeters. Oh, I keep knocking that other thing over. 5 centimeters of the floral wire. So we're gonna get that. Let me fix this. I keep knocking this plant over. Because I'm hitting it with that bag. 5 centimeters. 5 centimeters. And here's all the other fun stuff we need to play with. These are already pre-punched flowers that we get to put together. This is so cool. Okay, so I'm going to measure out 5 centimeters. This is where your pliers and your wire cutters come in handy. You're going to measure out that 5 mark. I usually make a little bend so I know exactly where I'm going to cut it. And then run it right on there, find that bend, and cut. That's it. We have a floral wire. Okay, and this is the only one I got to double check. Always double check. Yeah, this is the only carnation we have to do is this one. And while we're at it, I got my floral wire there. And there's our carnation strip. I'm going to work on doing the green pieces for the rest of it as well while we're at it. So we need to cut off a 2.5 by 1.5 centimeter small piece. That will be the bottom part of our flower. And then the other piece will be the leaves wrapping around that floral wire to give you that flared leaf look. So we are going to cut those two pieces out. I need, oh, not that one. Not that one. Don't be grabbing the wrong stuff now. We need the big piece. And that's the big pieces here. And I need the 5 by 1.5. So that's what we're going to do. Get our pen out. Mark that 5. I should catch up. What are we doing? Because Discord. Arizona, probably not much more literate at it than you are. Set up a table and do live on the pool. Yeah, in the pool. Soggy Miniatures with your host, Laura. So, what did I say? See, she distracted me. 5. I don't want to be the bad girl. I'm not doing this correctly. So, there's our 5. I've got the 5 mark, and then I need the 1.5. So, now I'm going to flip this around. 1.5, which is 1.5, guys. 1.5. Put my little dot. Little dot will do you. Little dot will do you. Let's do it again. Because it didn't dot. Rude that it didn't dot for me. So 1.5, which is right there. Now we got it. Now we do our straight line. So that's why lighting is important. That's what's great to have the overhead lamp. Sometimes it just gets too damn dark and you need that extra bit of light. Make sure this is straight. Draw that line. Then meet up these two lines. And then we have our piece that we are ready to cut out. This one's going to be a lot of cutting, guys. A lot of cutting, a lot of gluing. But I know when we're done, it's going to look fantastic. They always come out. You get excited too when you get towards the end. You're like, oh, look at this. And then, the finale where you light it up. It is so fun. And there we go. There's our first green piece. And now I need the 2.5 and the 1.5, which I will take out of this top section. I'm trying not to waste anything. Let's see, Betty, you just need to accept my request. Oh, okay, they're trying to get you on the Discord. Walk her through it, guys. Walk her through it. Let's see. What did I say? I said 2.1. So it's 2.5. 2.5. Turn it around. I'm a lefty, so I got to do everything in the reverse that everybody else does. So it's 2.5 by 1.5. I am a lefty. 1 and 1/2. So I always got to do things the opposite of what everybody else does. Except for it depends. It's weird because I don't know about you guys. I have everything else I have to do, like this stuff I've got to do with the left hand because I'm left hand dominant. But anything sports related, I'm right handed. Is that weird or what? Bowling, I bowl right handed. Shooting the bow, and right hand. Baseball, right handed. Very strange. Fishing, right handed. I don't know. Does anybody else do that? Or am I just a weirdo? Am I just weird or what? Always been that way. But I can write and print and stuff like that with both hands. Isn't it considered ambidextrous? Something like that. I know I botched it by saying it. So there we've got our two pieces, the small piece and the big piece. And we're going to do the same thing like we did with the other flower. We're going to cut in our little triangles to give it that leafy effect. So that first one, you're going to give it a little slant cut at the top and then work your way across so that you have that flower effect. And I'm going to do this as quick as possible so that you guys don't get bored out of your skull watching me snip paper. And as we get this one finished up, and then like I always do like in my other shows, I like to end the show with general chit chat and questions. So the next time that we do tune in, I'll have the majority of the flowers done so that you guys can see the finished product. So there's that one section that we did, our one piece of greenery. Same thing with this one. We have to do the same thing. Start off with an angle cut and then just do your triangle cuts all the way across. Cut that grass. What is the temps where you guys are? It was still like almost 90 degrees. I'm outside grilling. I know, I need my head checked. Almost passed out, it was so hot. What's wrong with these people? They want to eat. But I did it. I was a good wife and mother. I did it. And not for nothing, it's going to be hotter tomorrow, and I got to grill again. Because they want chicken kebabs. And my husband goes, "What are you doing outside?" I go, "What do you want? How am I going to grill them in the house? You bitch when I grill them in the house. Because the house gets smoky. So I got to go outside, Shit. You got to do what you got to do, right? Okay, so there we go. There's our second Second patch of grass. So look at that. All of those bits and pieces right out of the way. Also, I recommend to everybody when you're doing stuff like this, have your garbage pail right next to your table, so you can just whoosh, right into the bin and it's all done. So let's see. In softball, baseball, I was a switch hitter. I could hit either, and but I am left eye dominant on other things. Yeah, that, okay. So I'm not the only one. Ambidextrous. I missed that. What did it say? Mostly, I shoot better left-handed. Yeah. See, I'm left-hand dominant, but yeah, the same thing. Like with the target shooting and stuff, it's always right-handed. Everything is right-handed, sports related. I don't understand why, but that's yeah, strange. Strange. I'm a strange bird. Okay, so now we got to get the bead out that they want us to use, which is like this pear, like a pear shaped bead, wood bead. And let's find that in our little bag of goodies. There it is, right at the top. How did we luck out on that one? Usually I gotta dig all the way to the bottom. So there we got our little pear shaped bead. And of course, this they want to do it. It's like a vase style. So the top part is going to be on the thicker side, which is going to be a big pain in the cheeks to hold this up. Thank God we get to glue it down because otherwise it's going to fall over. I 100% guarantee that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is start assembling our flower. What they want us to do is on the piece of our floral wire. Why does that look like? I gotta make sure I got the right stuff here, guys. The right stuff. Is there a? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm a big dork cheese. I did it in the black, not the green. Don't worry, that won't go to waste. We'll save it and use it for something else. That's the problem. It's a little dark in here. I was like, what the heck? That ain't the right color. That's not the right color, Lord. So now we gotta go back to 5 centimeters and clip another piece because Lord didn't see the color. 5 centimeters for 0.25 is right there. I'll do a little bend. Clip, clip, clip. Snip, snip, snip. And there we go. Now we got the right thing going on. I thought the white is a little weird, it's a little dark. Sizzle soak, sizzle soak. Put the grill over the pool. See, now I don't want to melt a hole in it. Lefty but forced to be a right in school. I had a friend that happened to the school she went to. She was a lefty. They said, no, that's wrong. So they forced her to use her right hand. So now she could use both. And I just automatically did it. I don't know why. I thought, oh, maybe it's cool to see if I can write with the other hand. And I can. So, I mean, it's not as good as the left, but I can still do it. Okay, we have to put a little bend in our floral wire. You could also use this tool and do it that way, but I always recommend jewelry tweezers. It has it has the rounded end, makes it easy for making loops and curls and whatever, and what size. Just roll that on there, and there you have your perfect shepherd's hook style bend in that piece of wire. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Darn it, darn it. There you can see a little bit of a bend. So that's what we have to have. That's why I tell you, always use all the tools you got. Bring them in. Bring them in. My son and his friends cooked dinner on the barbecue weekend. Minus, oh my God. Well, they don't. They're young. Let them do it. I know, I can tell you right now, nobody around here would be barbecuing in that kind of weather. Okay, so now what we do is we don't use this, Laura. We take our fringe and we're going to put a dollop of glue right on that end there to hold that piece in place, and then start rolling up our flower. Hopefully this is still wet and I can still use it. Just barely. Just barely. Put it on that end. That's not enough. Not enough. Remember that from Eye of the Tiger. Sinbad, Eye of the Tiger, where the witch couldn't change herself all the way back. She ended up with a pigeon foot or seagull foot because there was no other love. All right, that's what you get for dabbling in witchcraft. So now we've got that in place. See, we got it there. And I'm going to just start rolling this thing up to make that flower. If it'll cooperate, you know how it works, right? So let's get this, and I'm going to give it a start and do a tight roll on my first spin. There we go. And then as we go along, I'm going to add just a little glue just to give us a little bit adhesion, make it a little more cooperative. So we're just going to roll it, rolling, roll. Okay, so there we go, rolling it up. And again, just pinch your fingers and twist. And we're getting that effect that we want. So cool, so cool. Let's do a little bit more. Oh, I do. I love piggy crazy things happen when people want to barbecue. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. In the cold, their brain froze and they just did the heck with it. Barbecue is an addiction. It's terrible. Everything always tastes better cooked outside. Or I think so. That's why I love it when we go camping. And people think I'm nuts because, they'll bring barbecue. A barbecue? I'm not barbecuing. Or the grills. I cook on the wood fire. Oh, it's so good. Why would you want to not experience that? I don't know. Even coffee tastes better made on the campfire. It just does. So I'm just gonna roll this up. Roll, roll, roll. Roll, roll. I want to tighten that up just a little bit. It's getting a little loosey goosey on me. Pinch and roll. Come on. Don't be a Debbie Downer. Get that in there. Roll it up. Push that center down. Keep it as even as possible. I'll add a little more glue just so I got something to help me along the way. And then pinch and roll. Sometimes I don't want to do that, so you kind of have to talk it into it. So there we've got it, pinched and rolled. And then I'm going to adhere that last piece so that it sticks together. You won't believe what I just did. Couldn't have it a million years. Oh my God, whatever. Guess I'm just a good shot. The cap of the glue went flying across the table, hit the vase again, and knocked it over like it was a bowling pin. Now, if I tried to do that, it wouldn't have worked. So there we go. We got that first flower all rolled up. Try to even that off so it makes it look good. And then you're going to see we're getting that carnation effect. Pinky, I can't function at the moment, let alone pull a barbecue. Sounds 76 today, and now it's 72 and raining. It was hot here. It was just wicked hot. And it's not supposed to rain. It's not supposed to, but you know how it works. There's never that guarantee. Okay, so now that I've got this the way I want it, we put in the bottom piece, which is that short piece of grass that we cut. And then we are going to roll that on and then fold it underneath to form the bottom half of that flower. And we need glue for this. So I'm going to glue that section there. And put that on there. Make sure that when you're doing this part, you have to leave a little, you have to drop it down so you have a hangover so that you could fold that under. So it forms the bottom part of the flower. This gets gummed up, clean it off. And then I'm wipe that off on that palette and it'll dry and it'll peel right off when we do our cleanup. So now I'm just going to take glue and roll it all the way around on that flower so that we can put that greenery in there. There we go. And it is perfect. It's perfect. Get the tweezers, straighten it out a little. There we go. So we get it to fit. Get it to fit. And then now the bottom half. I'm going to take my craft knife. I'm going to put a bead of glue all the way around. And then I'm going to start folding it in. Like you're folding in a coin roll. You know, when you're rolling coins? Same type of thing. Just fold it in there. Make it nice. Makes it all pretty. Push it down. Don't let it talk back. Sometimes it'll give you some lip. And there we have it. Again, beauty of the fingernails helps you push that stuff into place. If not, you haven't got fingernails, use tweezers. Works just as good. Now we're going to take the bigger piece of grass and then we're going to roll that whole stem. That's what it looks like so far. And this you're going to start at an angle and then roll it down. So we're going to just glue one piece of that greenery. We need a little bit more, so let's squeeze a little bit more. And I'm going to start it at an angle. So you're going to do it a little cockeyed to start off. Fold the one corner over onto itself and then roll it down that wire. Slowly. Get it to start rolling. There we go. Now it's doing its thing. And we're going to roll that down that wire. Oh, don't be messing. Don't be messing with me. There we go. Make sure you keep that angle going on, because otherwise it won't cloud right. It's got to have that angle. And it's not working. Let me start it at the top again. If you don't get that angle correct, it will not roll down the wire. That's the only problem. And you see, I just pulled it apart and readjusted it, so it will do what I want it to do. And keep it tight, as tight as possible. Try. Maybe a little tweezer assistance. There we go. That leave in the right position. And there we go. I can start rolling again. It was going wonky on me. Anything to annoy. That's how this stuff works. This usually goes a lot smoother. It's being difficult because I'm on live. That's why. If I was just, taping this, it would have rolled right down the damn wire. So we'll get it there. I will not be defeated. I refuse. So I'm going to use a little trick to get some drag on that paper. Get it rolling at that angle. There it is. I did it. Trick was I just wet the tip of my finger. Now Edmund's leaving. Okay. And there we go. So we've got it's just doing a little adjusting. Get a little bit of glue on that bottom strip so that it stays in place from when we put it inside our vase. Um, it's going to get a little crumpled up because you are rolling it. Take your tweezers out and adjust. Do a little roll. See how that goes? Beauteous, beauteous. If you find that the head is a little loose, don't freak out. Take some glue, put it at the base of that, just to give it a little added support. Sometimes you got to. It's just, that's just the way it works. The glue dries clear. So it's not like you're going to have this big clump of glue, you know what I mean? It will dry. Nobody will see it. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But there's our flower, ready to go in the vase. And I'm going to fill the vase with some glue so that we have what we need to hold that bad boy in there. There it is. There's our bead. This is going to go right down the center. And that's it. You got this giant carnation. Isn't that just the coolest thing? See if I can get a close up for you. And there it is, our giant carnation. Set it off to the side, let it dry. And seeing that it has a tapered bottom on that bead, I would recommend you put it up against something that, lean it. Lean it up against the back of something so that it stays in place for you. And let that sit and dry. That's all you can do. So what I'm going to do now is we've got just a little bit more time left on the show. I just want to sit and gab with you guys, catch up on the chat, and talk about what's going to be coming up and what we're going to be doing. In the meantime, let's see. Gotta go, Betty Fiddle, and find me. Okay, Admit, thanks for joining us. I appreciate that. Of course, probably already gone. It's always hard to pay attention to chat and and show you guys what I'm doing, because I like to do it in detail and tell you everything that I'm doing, just in case anybody has any questions or stuff like that. That I know I answered the best that I can. Let's see. Only do what you can handle. So I'm gonna. Camping is great until you try sleeping. There may be an axe murderer. Thoughts keep me awake. Oh, geez, Stardust. That's why you have a dog. That was one of the main reasons we've got Athena. I figured German Shepherd, big mouth. Ain't nobody coming near our camper whatsoever, or a tent, whatever we were in. And it's the truth. She hears everything. So it gives you time to prepare if you need to. But I love camping. I would have no problem if I had, just a camper to live in. I'd find somewhere to go and live in the camper. I could do van life. I know I could. If it was just me and the dog. I think I would be able to do van life. Even though I don't really like to travel a lot, I would go where I like to go, and I think I'd be able to survive in a van if I had to. Thank God I don't have to, but I like watching you build miniatures. Oh, great, great. Well, I was going to stop doing it, and everybody goes, "No, I like you doing it." So I'm going to keep doing it as long as you guys want me to. But like I said, I switched it up, separated the channel, or this stuff from the paranormal channel. I think that was the best choice. And then this way, this is strictly crafts, miniatures, and then so people can, like I said, ask questions, give advice, because I'm not know all, see all. I do the best that I can with what I do know. And it's not only going to be just the miniature houses, because I'm going to run out of room, guys. But other stuff like the figurines and the I'm gonna pull out the leather stuff. I really miss doing that, but it's difficult with this. I hand sew everything, so that's where my problem is. I can't grip the needles and stuff anymore. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try, and I'll start off with smaller stuff, And then also this way you can see me do the beading, because I like to do all the beading and stuff. Come up with designs for beadings the best that I can. That's a bit difficult too because the needle is small, and I use sinew to sew everything, so it's very strong. I used to make a lot of leather bags and stuff. Simple, very simple, very earthy type stuff. Nothing that, these fancy like designer things. No, nothing like that. Just very simple, very plain as far as design goes. And but then I did a lot of bead work. They were very popular up in the North Country. A lot of people liked them. Big enough to hold like your cell phone, your keys, and that's it. Because nobody wants to drag a lot of crap around when they're doing stuff. But so, what do you think, guys? How did the first one go on the separate channel? I hope you enjoyed it. I really do. And, hopefully you guys will come back for, many, many shows to come. Again, if we get back up to that 1,000 mark, then there'll be so much more that I could do with the channel. So it's, again, just starting all over again. I think that's what held me off on separating them, because I didn't want to just start it all over again. I enjoy both your lives. Oh, I'm glad, Betty. I do enjoy the morning brew. I really do. It helps get me going for the day. And of course, I love my evening program too, when we do the interviews with the paranormal investigators. And I'm setting up some stuff for that as well. Some new guests coming on. Which hopefully I can keep it entertaining for you guys. And we've got some stuff coming up as well with Friday House. He's going to bring somebody else on that has electronics experience and works in the paranormal. So they're geared towards doing that kind of thing. So we're going to see if we can get them guys on and we can discuss the new future of paranormal equipment. That'll be great. But that we'll talk about on the paranormal channel. So like I said, here I've got this building we're going to do. Hopefully it comes out and it looks awesome. I've got more stuff coming in that we'll be working on and sharing with you guys. And I'll be also finishing up a lot of the other projects that I already started. Again, the new folks here, if you didn't see any of that stuff, go on to the Raw Side channel and you'll see the videos of those builds. Mostly Gothic style buildings, and the start of the figurines. The figurines are very small. That's where the magnified stuff comes out, when you got to do the figurines. But I'm enjoying that as well, because I love to paint. So I want to thank everybody for joining me. I hope you guys had a good time as always. That's just my main goal. You have a good time. We have a good chat and a lot of fun. And I think we lost our sound effect guy a long time ago. And also, I need to fix the mod situation. I will take care of that, ladies. Don't worry about that. It's a good thing Leanne said something, because just totally blew right out of my mind. Didn't even think about it. And nice to see you do these cute instructions, Ivy. Oh, I'm glad, girly. Yeah, well, I mean, most people say, "Oh, come on, it's just anybody can follow an instruction book." No, sometimes it's hard. If you've never done anything like this, it's hard, because some of them, these instructions are pretty simple, to be honest with you. But some of them are very intricate, and some of them might not be as detailed as you need it. So then you got to figure stuff out with the photographs. This one is pretty detailed in photographs. It's pretty simple. So this is awesome. And of course, as usual, when I'm done with the build, I will give my review of the whole thing and let you folks know if it's something that I think you should purchase and try building your own. And I'm always very honest, as far as kits go. I've had a few clinkers, and I've said it, and I've told people, don't buy it, because it's just poor quality. And I'd rather have you guys, if you're going to get into something like this, buy the better quality, and it makes it for a better experience. Whoa, I need a bottle of tequila for the figurines. Well, you didn't see let me show you the quick update on the ones that I've been working on. So you could have a reason for drinking that the tequila. There's our fortune teller, and I'm loving painting her. She's not finished yet, but look at on the table. I don't know if you can see that stuff. She's got a little mini deck of cards sprawled out on that table. Is that going to make it better? Probably not. Yeah, black cards trimmed in gold. Talk about having a stroke. But yeah, and then I trimmed out the headpiece in silver. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And then she has a companion. Now, where is she? She usually falls over that one. Where the heck did she go? She's also, oh, there she is. There she is. Hiding in the back. And we will get caught up on all of these as well. But these were the latest ones that I started. Come on, turn around. There she is. And she also has cards in her hand. And I'm trying to be as colorful as I can with these. But yeah, you definitely need the magnifying glass, especially when I start doing the faces. So those are the two latest ones as far as the figurines go. Now I need a shot. Yeah, see, I told you. IKEA furniture makes me crazy too. I'm type that needs to learn as I go. Yeah, it's always been that way in my family. If we get something that we buy that we have to put together, my husband can't do it. He gets so mad. He has no patience for it. So like if we had any furniture that had to be assembled, I'm the one that had to do it. Baby furniture, I had to put it all together. My husband was he tried to put the swing together and he started smashing it with a hammer. That's how pissed off he got. So I said, just go in the other room. I'll take care of it. So uh oh Lord, let's make it a double. She has a partner. That's right. Oh, Pinky, they're amazing. They really are amazing, and it's you got to have the patience. I do have to agree. You have to have patience for that. I'm trying to get larger size figurines or busts type things. Even if they're ceramic stuff, because I always love doing ceramics. So this way you could see a full size paint uh, kit. It's really cool, but these are definitely a challenge. She's got like little tiny buttons that go down the front of her blouse. So, yep, that's why I say when you got extra tools, little dotting tools, stuff like that. That's what you use this stuff for, because that's all you're gonna need is that little dot of paint, and just hit it, and that's it. You know. So, and like I said, nothing's perfect. So if you screw it up, it's all right. Who the hell's gonna know? They don't know. So, all right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you come back again, and so we can continue with this build, and for the future builds. Also, we have morning brew tomorrow morning. So grab your coffee and get in that chat, and let's start the week with good conversation and some fun. Until then, I love all you guys. Thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow morning in the morning brew. Everyone have a good one.